Well, hello all and welcome once again. A very much love and hate relationship in the Doctor Who community is the sonic screwdriver. Today I'm talking about my personal picks of worst to best. Now I'm saying it right now that this is simply going to be the Doctor's sonic screwdriver, so sadly there will be no beautiful laser screwdriver or River Song screwdriver or even the sonic pen that we got. And, you know, if you really want to get into it, I could do a little quick worst to best here. I actually quite like this. I like the idea of the little holster thing, connector thingy, bobby. I don't know what the graphs thing. I actually quite like that kind of look, and that had the different colours. The one I've got actually is actually broken, but and I do really like the laser screwdriver, and thank God for Moffat that he brought that back. I really quite liked. I actually really like the design of the laser screwdriver. To be honest, I actually think it's there's something about it. I really like the silver gold kind of look. Then obviously Sonic Pen is a neat concept of the idea of obviously, you know, putting the sonic technology in everyday use objects. But yes, the Russell T Davies era really, I think. Character Option must have really talked to Russell T Davies about, you know, we've got this idea where we could put this in here, and Russell T Davies was like, where's my money, and I'll take it. Obviously Sonic Lipstick was another one that kind of that was very favoured. But yes, this is going to be a worst to best list of the Doctor's screwdrivers. I'm going to say right now, some of them they're used by more than the one Doctor, so I've kind of rounded off as the same one. So yes, let's begin, shall we, on my worst pick of the sonic screwdrivers. At number 8 is the 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. This is just an ugly, oh god, it doesn't even want to be my hand, it's that ugly. There's just something about it. It's very oddly shaped, which I think the jokes have already been made with that one. I do like the colour. I like that it's orange, I guess, and I kind of like the inside, but kind of not. I think it looks a bit of a mess of a sonic screwdriver. I've never really kind of. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, really? It looks like a dead Cyberman's claw or something. I just never really liked this. But as I said, I do like the colour. I do like actually it does kind of symbolise the 13th Doctor's TARDIS at the kind of the tip here, and that's kind of the one thing I kind of think. Alright, okay, that's kind of decent. And I couldn't care less. People kind of go crazy when, oh, wasn't it cool that she built the screwdriver? I'm like, cool. I'm not really kind of bothered that way, but yes, this is my least kind of favourite. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. It's just horrible looking. It really is. It's almost like kind of plain at the same time, but kind of just not. And it's hard to describe. I don't know what it is. But as I say, I do like the top. I do like the kind of the orange lighting. I think that's quite nice overall about this one. At number 7 is kind of mix here. It is the 9th and 10th sonic screwdriver. Now, yes, as many of you know, there is a bit right, so there was a difference. This is from Character Options, these sonic screwdrivers I'm just kind of talking about here. And this one, going by the version I've got here, beige look, I believe this was actually more the 9th Doctor's one, while the 10th Doctor one had a complete silver one, I remember rightly. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I never kind of gravitated to this sonic screwdriver. To be honest, I do like the action, the up and down action, I guess. But I don't know. I just never really kind of gravitated to this sonic screwdriver. The sonic screwdriver whatsoever, really. I don't know what it was. I mean, I like the TARDIS blue light. I never not like that, I guess, and it's got kind of nice little bit in the middle, which looks like wire. But it looks like, but yeah, I was never overly fond of this Sonic. I don't hate it. It was just never anything that I loved, and it was just always there, and I think I just got kind of done with it really with this one. At number 6 is the War Doctor's sonic screwdriver. Now, one thing I do love about this, and this is the whole thing about War Doctor. War Doctor was clearly the bridge between classic and New Who. His TARDIS was a great example of that, was the mix of the classic and obviously Eccleston's TARDIS, and his sonic screwdriver was no exception, for the fact of it was clearly, apparently actually behind the scenes wise, it was actually a Fourth Doctor's character options toy that they took and they kind of jiggered about and changed it and put on the light. And I do like that because, you know, the classic era didn't have a light. Then the New Who, they were like, no, we gotta have a light because kids need to point things and they like lights. And, you know, when I was a kid, I think I kept looking in the light for some odd reason. I was a weird child. I always quite like that kind of the concept of it's clearly the bridging of the two of the two types of kind of screwdrivers that clearly are, and you know, obviously red being symbolisation of his Doctor being a bit more bad compared to the other Doctors. So you know, there was nice touches of design where it connected with his Doctor quite well actually, and I think they sometimes do it, not really, sometimes they connect. TARDIS definitely connects to the Doctor a lot of the time. Sonic screwdrivers not so much. You never get a feeling really of that kind of symbolisation with the Doctor. At number 5 is the 12th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, which actually I must say was this. My sonic screwdriver was I actually got it signed by James Goss when I was in when was that now? That was a while ago now, I think. When it was a Comic-Con. When Comic-Cons existed at this point, it's been that long now. The 12th Doctor sonic screwdriver. This is kind of another one I don't love or really hate. I like that it's at least light out there. It's trying to do something of a different design. And also what I like about this is this is like probably the first sonic screwdriver where Baraitz has got a bit of character development in Baraitz, because if you remember in Deep Breath, the episode where the Doctor kind of complains that Clara simply doesn't have long legs to reach to get to the sonic screwdriver, to which she kind of replies with, well, can't you invent one that doesn't roll? And, well, Baraitz, that's what we kind of got Baraitz, because this will not obviously naturally roll over, because obviously you have the kind of claws on each side, and obviously these kind of little bits here as well. So Baraitz, this is really first time where a sonic screwdriver has had some actual development of change, and it's actually kind of progressed, and I actually quite like the idea of that. I think it's quite smart. Now, talking about obviously what we can have function wise with the sonic screwdriver in terms of its look. Now, obviously here is very much symbolising the TARDIS console thingy. Bob, what's it? The dial, it's got a name. That's terrible. I'm a Doctor Who fan. But yeah, so obviously you've got the kind of the different lights. I love this kind of look. I think that's quite a nice look. And then you're just typical kind of one there. And then you also have a green look as well that they have in the show. I wish we got though. I just wish Capaldi had this from the start. I never liked that he used Matt. I never liked that, to be honest. It worked for 10 because only Eccleston used it for the one series, so it wasn't too much. But Matt had that his whole era. And I never liked Capaldi with his sonic screwdriver. He just didn't look right. So it was nice that he got his one. And I think this is the biggest one as well, Capaldi, that we've had. I like the TARDIS blue colour scheme with it. I know a lot of people have not kind of really liked this sonic screwdriver. They think it's a bit busy, which I can fully understand and I completely get. You know, this is just purely just my thoughts of, and that's the beauty of Doctor Who. We have there's many different opinions out there now. I kind of like it. It's just there's something about it I've always liked. You know, I know a lot of people don't like the blue, but I kind of like the TARDIS blue kind of through it. I think it's quite nice, and yes, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. At number 4 is kind of a mix here because I find them very similar. To the point that there's really not much difference, and all it really is a colour scheme is really different. This pick is for the 4th and 5th Doctor, which I have here, to which at some points I actually get confused to which one's which, because they're basically the exact same, but there is a difference, and I now have forgotten which one's which. I think that's the 4th Doctor's, that's the 5th Doctor's. Oh god, I'm sure the comment section will tell me that I'm completely wrong, but But yes, this is where they kind of start. I do kind of like more the kind of simplistic, even though ironically I just kind of said about the Capaldi's one that I do generally quite like. But I do quite like this kind of simplistic look of the sonic screwdriver, and they both do the kind of that's how. At this point, the sonic screwdriver, you had to pull it down like that to make any. You had the sound waves would come out of said areas on that. But obviously, the only difference between the two is you can see at the top is one is red and one is black. So that's what I thought. There's not really, and there's also a little kind of band here as well. It's white on that side. So there's not really. I didn't think there was much difference, but I love this kind of simplistic design though. To be honest, I really quite like it, and I quite like the kind of more function. It's not a button press. This one, I kind of like that, the classic era. But at the same time, I do kind of like just the button, because that's just so much effort on the thumb. Like, come on. But yes, that's my pick. This one. I find them both very similar, so I thought I'll just put them here. I've got a soft fond for the classic era sonic screwdrivers, so they're about here. And at 3, very nicely positioned, is Third Doctor's sonic screwdriver, which I have also here. And there's just, you know, it's very, again, similar of the previous ones, but I don't know, I just this is ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculous, I love it. Like it's almost like I would put this almost as bad as with that 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, but I don't know why. There's just something so disco about it. I just kind of love it, and I do quite like the design here of the kind of the black kind of bits of areas that we kind of have here, and then it has the kind of same kind of function, but this time it's actually red inside, where it's not got the same kind of amount of that kind of blackness that kind of has that you kind of see that one here, and you can kind of compare it. It's a little bit smaller, and it doesn't kind of have the same kind of backing it kind of has, but I don't know. There's something about this sonic screwdriver. I just love it. There's something. I can't explain it, which is not very good for meant to be a worst to best reviewing, I guess, here. But there's just something about the sonic screwdriver I've always quite loved, and really much connecting to my next pick. At number 2 is the 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. Now, this is very quite ironic that I don't want to say it's not, but like the TV movie's always kind of had its lover and haters. But I think in time it started to really kind of be more appreciated. I really quite enjoyed it, to be honest. I don't mind it. But there's certain elements in it. I liked the TARDIS. The TARDIS was really nice. Certain elements I actually think they did better than the classic era. Was somehow connecting, which I was amazed that they did. Like, when you look back on it, it's amazing how, you know, when you compare, like, you know, how different that is to this. And this was made by, you know, the Americans that, you know, we all would rip into, going, oh, they can't do Doctor Who right. And it's like, well, they clearly can, you know. And I think this is a clear example of it. This is, to me, this is like, and if you connect the TV movie, I guess, with the classic era, this is the ultimate sonic screwdriver for me in terms of that look and design. It just looks so sci-fi and just so. Again, it's so simplistic, but at the same time, it's just so iconic looking, I think. And they took a pretty decent design. You know, it's not the greatest design in the world, the sonic screwdriver. There's no point lying there. But they took such a simple design and gave it just such a nice gloss. And it looks really good in the movie as well. I really like the look of it. And also, I do like that it's a button one instead of this kind of pull it up and down, because I'm sure. Maybe, probably not, because budget-wise, maybe not, but it maybe wasn't easy and all that, and in real life. But having the character options version of it, it kind of plays up and it kind of catches a little bit. I love it. It's just a button there, and you know you can do your bits and bobs, you know, because I have no life, and it's just something about it I've always really quite liked. And also good on Moffat for bringing it back, actually, in the Night of the Doctor, when the 8th Doctor returned, which was quite a nice little, it was nice seeing that again. But yes, what is my last one? It's kind of obvious what my last one is, since you've basically seen all the other Doctors one. The last one is the 11th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. This is just an absolute beauty. I really do like it. I love that it's got its own little kind of actual handle grasp here. I know a lot of folk don't. Oh, I love the claws. I love that it clearly has different functions, this sonic screwdriver. I love the way Matt, and clearly I think Matt loved the way he kept going on with sonic screwdriver. Like, I just love the function. I love where the buttons sit in there. I just like, there's also a little button at the back. You can also do a little more scanning about, which I think he did like once in the show. He had it like that, and I can't remember now. It wasn't the Pandora episode, was it? I can't remember. But I'm sure there was an episode where he did like that. No, it was his... No, I remember. It was with River Song. He goes like that with the phone and he holds it like that. And I'm sure it's meant to have that kind of function. Maybe not, but I had that impression. That's where maybe that kind of came from. I like the green. I do like the green kind of colour that they kind of have scheme. So far, it's the kind of the only one that kind of have the, you know, Capaldi did have the blue as well as Tennant, and that's what I do like, as it says with 13th Doctor. I like the different colours. If they do different colours, I like the orange, I like the green. We need purple, for goodness sake. Purple's my favourite colour, and I wouldn't mind purple. One thing I also like about this, it generally looks like a lightsaber as well, and I kind of like that was, especially if you ever look at Mace Windu's lightsaber. I think I've always thought this looked like the double of his lightsaber. But yes, I love the kind of, you know, the way Matt, you know, it's got like a whole kind of character to it, you know, and he does that, and he checks it, and I just love this sort of screwdriver. I really do, and I still do. I think it's beautiful, and I know a lot of people kind of don't like it, and a lot of people probably watching this going, "Oh, really? This is your top pick?" But yeah, I just really do. So yes, comment down below. Tell me what you think of my list. If you like to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, yes, I'm doing this now. I'm trying. Apparently, this is things you have to do. You can follow me on the Ginger Geek 92 on there. They're both on Instagram and Twitter. So more videos in the future. Until then. Goodbye. Ooh. Oh, it's not. Wait. Oh, there we go.